This episode is brought to you by Netflix's Remarkably Bright Creatures. What if a Pacific octopus held the key to a mystery that could heal your heart? Well, that's Tova's reality. An elderly widow working at an aquarium, Tova forms an unlikely friendship with the curmudgeonly Marcellus, whose remarkable intelligence leads her to a life-changing discovery. Remarkably Bright Creatures is now playing, only on Netflix.
The following program does not offer personal medical advice. Please consult your doctor before using any treatment or product we cover. Welcome to Go to Health Media with your host, Jonathan Marks. We provide a welcoming environment where experts educate you on important health topics, answer your questions, and provide information from which you can benefit in consultation with your doctor. You can visit and subscribe to the show at gotohealthmedia.com. And now, hey everyone, this is Jonathan from Go to Health. Here we are in March, and we don't want to think about it, but tax time is coming up. And I always like to say we need to take care of our financial health as well as our physical and mental health. And that's where Monarch software comes in, the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make our lives easier. Simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or your laptop. Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code GO2. Your mental health is improved when you can see your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop. I'm reviewing all my revenues and expenses from last year in a beautiful clean dashboard, and I'm about to share it with my accountant to prepare my tax return. That's a great load off my mind. Monarch keeps me focused on planning and hitting financial milestones, not just tracking my spending. Monarch gives me a complete picture, budgets, debt payoff timelines, savings goals, net worth, so I can make decisions that actually move the needle. And surprise, Monarch has all these AI tools built in, offering me 24/7 access to a financial coach, insights into my spending, and weekly recaps so I can stay on track. Monarch keeps me focused on planning ahead and hitting real financial milestones. As a Go to Health listener, you can ease your mental stress with Monarch. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple. Use code GO2 at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code GO2. Help take the stress out of your life with Monarch. Here is Jonathan Marks. Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks from Go to Health Media. How are you today? Welcome back. We've just passed 1 million downloads. We're so happy about that. We thank you for your support. You can subscribe to our show at gotohealthmedia.com. You can also watch us on YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. So today's show. There's going to be a new children's hospital in Las Vegas. It's very exciting because a children's hospital brings a host of specialty medical practices to the area and huge growth in ancillary services that support a hospital especially focused on children. To say nothing of the families that will move to Las Vegas because of these services or visit from neighboring areas. And of course, this new hospital will be in Las Vegas, so it has to live up to the glamour that has made Las Vegas so famous. Our guest today is Lawrence Barnard, president of Intermountain Health Nevada Children's Hospital. He's previously served as CEO of St. Francis Medical Center in California, also the president of Dignity Health's Rose Dominican Hospital in Las Vegas, along with other locations in Nevada at Valley Hospital and Summerlin Hospital. He served as a captain in the U.S. Army and earned an MBA at the University of Southern California Marshall School of Business. So welcome to the show, Lawrence Barnard. How are you today?
Great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Good. It's a pleasure to have you here. So tell me, what are the needs for a children's hospital here in Las Vegas? What do parents have to do now to care for their sick children? And how will their lives change with this new hospital?
I think that there are a lot of things in play right now. We have some really great areas of medical care that are currently happening. The problem is we don't have a consolidated network. So you might see cardiology doing really well. You might see orthopedics, but they're not happening in the same hospital. So you have parents that have to go to one, then drive to another, or the child needs to get transferred. So you have that component that we have to deal with. There are some areas that don't exist at all. There isn't a pediatric ENT in the state. There is one pediatric neurosurgeon that covers the entire state of Nevada. So you have that piece. And really the final piece is those that we don't have any access to. Families are leaving currently. So they're driving to LA, they're flying to Arizona, they're flying to Salt Lake City to primary children's. And that can be hard. Not only is the child sick, but maybe they're two parents that have that are both working. Someone has to take time off. Someone has to care for the family that's at home while the other goes. So it's a very complex situation where it's not ideal. And a city that is this large and a state like Nevada deserves its own standalone comprehensive pediatric hospital.
And what do you think's taken so long to make this happen? What have been the barriers?
It's been a 40-year journey.
Wow.
I know that there's been several different attempts to do it. There's a lot of things. There's some of the attempts in the past have been just really good people that want to make it happen, but don't have the capital. They don't have the infrastructure. Medicaid has always been a barrier. We're one of the lowest reimbursed Medicaids in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the funding's not there, when you don't have the capital, when you might not have a large entity, kind of like a Intermountain, it's very easy to run into barriers and not be able to overcome them. So I think we're finally in a place where all of the variables are in alignment that we can move forward with this.
Good. That's wonderful. I know parents have had to travel a long distance to take care of their kids, and you mentioned some of those challenges. Have there been any bad stories about things that have happened to kids that have to travel so far for care?
Oh, there are tons of stories that we've learned. Some of them are not as dramatic in terms of the outcomes that they just had to move. Some of them have lost jobs, some of them, but there's one in particular that always sticks with me. There's a gentleman I met through all of this whose son, unfortunately, was going through cancer and oncology treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And he was with the family, they were all together, and unfortunately, they had to do their post-op care in Los Angeles. And so they were constantly driving to LA and taking the 15 that we're all familiar with, and kind of near the city of Baker. Everyone knows Baker for its gas stations and
Yes.
lottery tickets, I think is the big thing there.
Yes.
He was driving in that area, and unfortunately his son unexpectedly passed.
Oh my God.
And so you're in the middle of nowhere. Your whole family's not with you. It's just you and your son. There's not that sense of closure. There's that sense of fear, and there's no medical support there.
Wow.
And he told me, and I always think about this. He goes, the 15 has taken more children that we're even aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just one of many stories where this has happened. And honestly, those type of things are going to happen even with a children's hospital here. Someone might be at their home, someone might not be able to get to the hospital.
Yes.
But to know that it was something that could have been avoidable if we had a children's hospital just makes it that much worse.
Yeah. So it really is a 4-hour trek from Las Vegas to LA. So that's not a minor thing if you have a sick child.
Oh, correct.
So I understand that the Children's Hospital will open in 2030. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. And that you've unveiled the location at UNLV's Harry Reid Research and Technology Park. Aside from construction, what does it mean? What does it take to build a children's hospital?
It's funny, when we started this journey, I thought the hardest thing is getting this building up. Many people have attempted it. It hasn't happened. Now that we have all of the green lights to move forward, that feels like it's going to be the easiest part. Really,
okay.
It's recruiting the right talent, recruiting caregivers, recruiting physicians. Luckily, we've got a lot of people in this town that can fill some of those spots that have just been giving great care this entire time. But there are people that don't exist in this state that we're going to have to bring here. Mm-hmm. And that to me is kind of the biggest thing that keeps me up, ensuring that we have the right physicians, the right techs, the right RNs on day one to open this successfully.
Yeah, you have to have everybody in place when the doors open. It's not like you open the doors and then try to find people, right?
Exactly.
So you're in the process of recruiting now and having people come and establishing practices and making income in the meantime.
It's been pretty good so far. As you know, and a lot of people that work here in Vegas, there's a large contingency of people in the U.S. that think we all live on the Strip and we all work in casinos.
Right.
So once we get over that and people come here, a lot of people have started to see the charm of living in Las Vegas. We have great food culture. We have great suburban living, access to all these different places. The airport gets you anywhere really quick. But, the same challenges that we're facing here with healthcare is one of the things that make people hesitant to come. They look at healthcare first and then they look at education. Mm-hmm. And those are two areas that I know everyone's working on. But until we get to those places that we're trying our goals in terms of both of those areas, it's hard to recruit when, you have a surgeon coming that wants to know where is their kid going to go to school. Where's their wife going to go to get healthcare, where their husband's going to get their different services. So it's kind of one of those where we're changing the oil in the car as we're going down the highway. Like right. we're making progress, but it's a little bit of a challenge.
Right. So you're building a hospital in 2030. Are there new, unique aspects to children's care that will be introduced at your children's hospital that'll be different from other children's hospitals around the country?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the things that we're starting off with, there's been so many rumors of how big this hospital is going to be. It started off with, is it 86 beds? Is it, even today, people are questioning it. We are now at a point where we're looking at about a 200-bed facility, mm-hmm. And we will be able to do everything except for solid organ transplant. So it will be a full-service, comprehensive tertiary and quaternary facility. But we also are going to have an aspect of research and ties to academics. So as the medicine evolves, we'll be at the forefront. So we are looking at what are the state-of-the-art things that are happening today? And fortunate because we're part of primary children's, they are already in the top in the U.S. for pediatric care. So having them as our kind of older sister makes it easier to get treatment sources, the different equipment, and understand what's working and what's not, and then implement them right away here. And then as we open, we'll continue to grow in our capabilities as well.
Great. So I'm really hearing that this children's hospital not only is going to be a children's hospital in Las Vegas, but it's also going to bring along with it a lot of other aspects of social life, of, you talked about bringing families here, that will work in the hospital, but they have to have other services. So these other services are going to have to develop along with this. Hey all, Jonathan from Go2 Health. Let me ask, how do you sustain your energy throughout the day? I try to do it with the morning cup of coffee and then one in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, and of course my daily vitamins. But what if I told you I was trying something new that's working for me just great? It provides me with sustained energy and focus, with caffeine for alertness, but balanced by amino acids and taurine to prevent jitters or crashes. It also has a blend of B vitamins, L-carnitine, and choline to power my energy and mental clarity, even if I didn't get the best night's sleep. It's also packed with vitamins A, C, and E to support my immune health, even with my days of packed schedules. And it's sugar-free and what I'll call flavor-forward. I alternate between 3 delicious flavors: mandarin orange, mango strawberry, and fruit punch. Just 1 small scoop of mix in 8 ounces of water and I'm done. Boom, off to the races. This formula boasts 32 years of brand expertise and thousands of 5-star reviews from millions of users. And it's a woman-owned company. What's this product I'm yakking about? It's called Spark Energy Plus Focus from Advocare. Spark Energy Plus Focus. For Go2 Health listeners, I've scored 30% off and free shipping. Go Go to drinkspark.com and use code GoToHealth at checkout. That's code GoToHealth at drinkspark.com. Let's tackle the day together with Spark Energy plus Focus.
Oh, definitely. And even as like a good example of the economic impact, in the first 5 years of construction, it'll be about $724 million that we bring to the economy.
Wow.
So that's over the construction period. After that, every year it'll be about 841 million. So we have new jobs, new classes of positions that don't exist today, new income streams, working with different suppliers in the region, certain suppliers in Vegas. So it's going to bring its own economic impact. And with that, we're going to see people moving to town that might not have before. But what we're also hoping is having this children's hospital will be something that we can use to recruit other industries here. Looking at pediatrics as kind of that shining star to say, look at our healthcare, look at what we're able to provide the youth. And honestly, with this hospital, we're hoping that the other facilities, like rising tides raises all boats, that it'll also empower other healthcare facilities to invest in different aspects and continue to give good care in the community.
Wonderful, wonderful. And of course, I have to ask this, Lawrence. Of course, this hospital will be in Las Vegas. Will there be any glitz or glamour in this hospital that's made Las Vegas famous?
No, that's a great question. This hospital is going to be made for Las Vegas. It will, it's about $1 billion project.
Wow.
And that's not just the hospital. We'll be doing the hospital, an MOB or a medical office building. And then we have the infrastructure of pediatric clinics and the subspecialties that we want to use to support it. But with that said, $1 billion project is comparable to some of the amazing things that we see on the Strip and throughout the city. We've taken some cues from, we've gone to the casinos and did some tours. We've looked at different ways that we can really make it feel like Vegas, because honestly, I see this being a regional facility. We're going to draw in not just from Nevada, but Arizona, parts of California, even Southern Utah are going to come to this facility. We want when families come here and patients to come here to feel that Vegas piece, as well as the healing that Intermountain's planning to bring.
Will there also be facilities for families to stay while their kids are in the hospital?
Yes. So we've talked to the McDonald Foundation, the Ronald McDonald House. They have facilities here in town, but we're looking at hopefully partnering and having them inside of the facility, which will make it a lot easier to have some of the people, especially if you're out of town and your child's there long term, to really have that weight off your shoulder of where I'm going to stay and how often can I go and see my child.
Exactly.
I think this partnership will be really important.
Exactly. This is very exciting. It's really wonderful to hear the inside story of building a children's hospital anywhere, but much less in Las Vegas. Hey all, Jonathan from GoToHealth. Let me ask, how do you sustain your energy throughout the day? I try to do it with the morning cup of coffee and then one in the afternoon as a pick-me-up, and of course my daily vitamins. But what if I told you I was trying something new that's working for me just great? It provides me with sustained energy and focus, with caffeine for alertness, but balanced by amino acids and taurine to prevent jitters or crashes. It also has a blend of B vitamins, L-carnitine, and choline to power my energy and mental clarity, even if I didn't get the best night's sleep. It's also packed with vitamins A, C, and E to support my immune health, even with my days of packed schedules. And it's sugar-free and what I'll call flavor-forward. I alternate between 3 delicious flavors: mandarin orange, mango strawberry, and fruit punch. Just 1 small scoop of mix in 8 ounces of water and I'm done. Boom, off to the races. This formula boasts 32 years of brand expertise and thousands of 5-star reviews from millions of users. And it's a woman-owned company. What's this product I'm yakking about? It's called Spark Energy Plus Focus from Advocare. Spark Energy Plus Focus. For GoToHealth listeners, I've scored 30% off and free shipping. Go to drinkspark.com and use code GoToHealth at checkout. That's code GoToHealth at drinkspark.com. Let's tackle the day together with spark energy plus focus. We've been talking with Lawrence Barnard. He's the president of Intermountain Health Nevada Children's Hospital. The hospital is slated to open in 2030. Intermountain Health offers patient care at more than 65 clinic locations, serving 350,000 individuals across southern Nevada, and operates 2 children's hospitals already in the state of Utah, known for their high quality and compassionate care. Lawrence, it's been great talking with you today. Thanks so much for sharing this information. And we will be back to check in for more between now and 2030.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. This was amazing. And I love talking about the future and where we're going. And I think it's exciting. It's exciting where Las Vegas is heading, and it's great to be a part of this journey.
Good. Thank you so much. I'm Jonathan Marks with Go to Health Media. You can watch or listen to us and subscribe to our show at gotohealthmedia.com. We interview health experts from around the world so that you can elevate your life. And you can also see us on YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. We've just passed 1 million downloads. We're very proud of that. Thanks so much for your interest and support. And thank you again, Larry, for being with us. We'll see you again next time. And remember, as we say at the end of every show, go to health. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in this week to Go to Health Media. Be sure to join Jonathan Marks and another health expert next time. You can also catch the program on your favorite podcast platform. Until our next show, be sure to visit us on the web at gotohealthmedia.com and elevate your life.